On the 15th of September 2016, Atlus released the long-awaited Persona 5 on the PS3 and PS4 consoles in Japan. Fans had been eagerly awaiting the latest mainstream installment in the long-running series. The previous game, Persona 4, had released 8 years prior, in 2008. It has now been 8 years again since the release of a new mainline Persona title. There have been spin-offs and sequel games, and even a remake of Persona 3, but fans are still waiting eagerly for Persona 6. At the time of making this video, not only is Persona 6 not releasing anytime soon, it's not even been announced. Fans only know for certain that the game is coming because of an interview conducted as part of Atlus's efforts to expand and recruit new staff. In the interview, Persona director Naoto Hiraoka said, "Unfortunately, the hurdles to overcome in game development increase every year. Thanks to the large amount of support we received for Persona 5, we have gotten a sense of accomplishment. But we can't stop there. When we created Persona 4, there was pressure that it had to exceed Persona 3. Now we will have to create a 6 which exceeds 5. However, exceeding 5 will be difficult with the current staff. I would like to surpass this tall hurdle with everyone who joins us in this recruitment. The workplace is perfect for those who want a creative challenge when it comes to bringing games to the world. The challenge of living up to increasingly high standards in the gaming sphere is not unique to Atlus. Development cycles for studios of all sizes are getting longer, as graphics get more complex, competition grows more intense, and developers feel greater pressure to make their games stand out from the crowd. In many ways, Atlus seems to be weathering this storm better than many studios during a period of turbulence for the gaming industry. To hear the team at Atlus describe their challenges though, it seems there is more to Persona 6's lengthy development than just a desire to improve on what has come before. Lengthy delays between mainline Persona games are nothing new, and starting with Persona 4, the team at Atlus have increasingly filled these gaps with a variety of spin-off titles. In an interview with 4Gamer in 2019, several senior members within the Atlus team noted how difficult the period immediately after Persona 5 was for everybody. The studio may have released the biggest Persona game of the decade, but they were still incredibly busy. At one point working on Persona Q2, New Cinema Labyrinth, Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, and Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight, all at the same time. The two dancing games had actually started production before Persona 5 had released, but had been put on hiatus because all hands at Atlus had been needed to finish up the more important mainline game. According to producer and director Kazuhisa Wada, "We were a really small team, about 10 to 15 people at our peak. We outsourced some parts like the graphics, but we did a lot of work in-house, even though we were a small team. This isn't all. When work on the two dancing spin-offs was complete, the team needed to finish Persona Q2 while also working on the expanded Persona 5 Royal." Said director Daiki Ito, "The scenario for this one was difficult. Since P5R was also progressing, the scenario team shifted people according to priority and worked on both projects. These multiple Persona spin-off titles aren't even all that the team at Atlus have released in recent years, with the long-awaited Shin Megami Tensei 5 and the brand new IP Metaphor ReFantasio also taking people power away from Persona 6. It's no wonder, given the intense workload that the relatively small team at Atlus have subjected themselves to over the past few years, that Persona 6 hasn't been finished yet. It's also no wonder that the studio has been looking to expand, to add additional talent, and to help keep up with an ambitious slate of role-playing games. According to the company's recruitment page, currently, our company is a mid-sized company ranked 10th to 12th in the game industry, but the brand power has improved dramatically due to the expansion of the user base of our main titles such as Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, and Etrian Odyssey, and the high evaluation in Europe and the United States. Aiming to become the 5th class in the industry, we will create new IP and further grow existing titles under the policy of originality and empathy." In the meantime, we will significantly increase the number of staff in key positions such as planners, programmers, and designers, in order to achieve stable sales of 1 million units per year. As ambitious as these plans might be, though, the higher-ups at Atlus and the parent company Sega don't want the studio's growth to happen too fast, for fear of losing the unique philosophy that makes Atlus games so popular. In the time since the release of Persona 5, Atlus have undergone a major restructure to allow for this growth. Where previously there was a team for Shin Megami Tensei and a team for Persona, there are now actually 3 studios within Atlus. Team Maniacs is responsible for the Shin Megami Tensei series of games. P Studio has long handled the Persona games and some, but not all, of their spin-offs. Finally, the relatively new production team, Studio Zero, started off creating the enhanced Catherine full-body remaster before spearheading Metaphor Refantasio. The establishment of this third team within Atlus has been done with a deliberate eye on the future of the studio and how it can meet its goal of growing to be a far larger player within the games industry. This comes at a cost, though, as it does mean an increased amount of attention that is being devoted to things that aren't Persona 6. What's more, while some fans may see the many spin-off Persona games as mere distractions, the team at Atlus believe that these are vital to helping the entire studio level up in terms of brand recognition. According to Kazuhi Sawada, as part of a presentation on the future of Atlus given in 2024, in order to make the brand a permanent fixture, it is important to promote content that will continue forever, and creating an environment where fans can feel safe and absorbed will lead to the above development and expansion. They are also actively working to increase awareness of Persona by implementing a variety of measures, including collaborations. The goal for Atlus, then, is to use spin-off titles to grow the prominence and brand recognition for their existing Persona titles. Which, of course, makes Persona 6 a risky endeavour. Every Persona game has a different protagonist, a different selection of supporting characters, and a very different aesthetic. The work done to more firmly establish the characters of Personas 3, 4, and 5 in the public consciousness has been very potent. But that work will need to start all over again when Persona 6 is finally finished. All the more reason for the team to make sure that the next mainline Persona game is as polished as possible. So then, why is Persona 6 taking so long to release? Simply put, it's not done yet. The moral of this story is that if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. And that sometimes, a few distractions along the way aren't necessarily a bad thing, so long as you're learning and growing from everything you do.